This news blast is brought to you by Qbert, Pittsburgh's source for LGBTQ+ news and community information. To learn more about Qbert, visit their website at qbert.com. That's QBURGH.com. From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the evening news blast for March 19th, 2025. The Education Department concluded Wednesday that Maine's Education Office violated Title IX anti-discrimination law by allowing transgender girls to play on girls' sports teams and use girls' sports facilities. The state has 10 days to comply with a list of demands, or the case will be referred to the Justice Department for prosecution. President Donald Trump's administration also suspended $175 million in funding for the University of Pennsylvania over the participation of a transgender athlete in its swimming program. The Education Department began a separate investigation into the school over the program last month. In other education news, the White House official who spoke on the condition of anonymity before the announcement said Trump plans to sign the order on Thursday. Finalizing the elimination of the Department of Education would require an act of Congress. But a White House fact sheet said the order would direct Education Secretary Linda McMahon to take all necessary steps to facilitate the closure of the Department of Education and return the education authority to the states, while continuing to ensure the effective and uninterrupted delivery of services, programs, and benefits on which all Americans rely. And finally, the two transgender women who had been sent to men's facilities in the wake of Trump's executive order truncating protections for transgender people have been returned to women's prisons. U.S. District Judge Royce Lamberth ordered the Federal Bureau of Prisons to immediately transfer the women back to women's facilities and said the agency must continue to provide them with hormone therapy treatment for gender dysphoria. The women said in court papers that they were living in constant fear of sexual assault and other violence after being moved to male prisons. The Bureau of Prisons declined to comment. The preliminary injunction is the latest in a series of rulings thwarting the agency's efforts to comply with the executive order, which calls for housing transgender women in men's prisons and for halting gender-affirming medical care. That's our news blast for this hour. Be sure to subscribe to the PEP Radio YouTube channel. Up next is the National Weather Service forecast for the Meadville area here on PEP Radio.